So we had Can a few minutes ago, and he went over the game with us.
Okay.
He was actually very impressed by your play during several moments of the game. He thought you played very well and saw some moves that he actually missed.
Yeah.
In one of the variations, he missed Rook F5.
Yeah.
That was one of the moves he missed.
Yes, after he cannot take on E4 because of Rook F5.
Exactly. Well, he thought that maybe that was possible. Then he had to change his idea because he didn't see that move. No.
Right.
So the main position, which he thought was the critical moment of the game, he thought it was here, where he was thinking of considering taking the draw if you'd have played Rook B1 here, going back to C3 and repeating moves for the draw. That was his in principle. But he was sort of considering going back to A7.
Yeah.
But he would have thought about it. But in principle, he was thinking of taking the draw. So he showed me a line which was quite unbelievable. After capturing on B7, which is the move you did, that he could capture later on E4, and taking on F7 wasn't so dangerous. Was that what you thought when you took
Let's
on
take
B7?
a look. Let's go back a bit.
Okay.
So I'll
I'll
just go through my thoughts.
Okay. You can use
it
this
was quite
to
an
click
interesting
here.
game actually. I lost, but it was fun playing it, and
It was very interesting. He showed us a load of very interesting variations and
so
lines.
let's just can we just
Yeah.
go?
You can go with the slider, or great.
Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's just start from the beginning.
Okay, great.
Begin from the beginning.
All the games are in, so
Okay, perfect. So this line, Knight C6 here, and I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting Knight C6. Of course, the main move is to take on C4, and I'm sorry.
yeah.
Just back up, and you've got stuff like this, which
Yes.
of course everybody knows, and this is played a lot. This is the main line here. Over here you've got other moves like Knight D7, you've got moves like C6. Knight C6 is rare, but it's actually a very interesting line, and I'm not completely sure what is the right plan here, because you don't have so many games. In fact, Hari Krishna played this with black as well very recently. And it's an interesting way to play. So I think, of course, when I played A3 and went into this position, I kind of understood that he wants to take on C4
And go for E5.
and he wants to go for E5.
It's a bit like the Lasker variation in the Queen's Gambit. We were commentating.
Right, and then if I take on E5, I think it should be more or less equal, but then
Yes.
that's not my idea to play
Yes.
A3 and to just...
But that's what he liked. He told me, of course, exchange on E5 would more or less be equal, but she played very ambitiously for the attack with D5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm white, my last white in the tournament. So I wanted to go for D5 here, but again, I was trying to evaluate this position because I haven't seen it before, and I wasn't sure, but I knew it would be interesting. But here, I think he did right. I mean, he didn't just retreat with the knight, because if he does that, I can always go
Exactly.
for E4.
He told us he wanted to keep the knight on C6
So that
just
he
in
can
case
jump
he
to
can jump
D4,
there.
which
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense, right?
Seems very logical.
So you want to get your knight to D4, you don't want to go to your knight to E7. And yeah, here he played Rook D8. I went shot castle, which I think is inaccurate, to be honest. I have a feeling, because the point is that after shot castle, bishop G4, what happened in the game, it was kind of difficult for me to get out of this. I had to sort of create this unclear position, which might be fine for black. I was considering moves like queen B3 here, knight D2, and I'll have to see. It's just a very new position, so it's just got like a lot of ideas, and yeah, maybe next time I'll play knight D2 or queen B3.
You spent a lot of time as well doing.
I did,
to try and decide
that's never a good idea, because when you end up in a critical moment, you don't have enough time, which is exactly what happened.
That's what we supposed that had happened. The lack of time at the end makes it more difficult to make the correct decisions.
So here bishop G4 and H3. Of course, I would be very happy with the position after bishop F3. I mean, I think black should also be fine, but
You thought you were better here.
Yeah, black should. Probably slightly better for
We
white.
saw a rook ending, which was slightly better for you.
It's
maybe
like,
a draw. But
yeah, it's the kind of
pressing.
position you're playing for 2 results, which is always a pleasant position to play. So he went bishop H5, which was what I was anticipating. And now E4. I mean, I had to calculate this entire variation and sort of evaluate the position at the end. g4 because I don't want to go with bishop e2. I think black is just better after taking bishop f3. I don't know what he said about this position, but I didn't like it for white so much.
He didn't mention bishop e2.
Yeah, because it's of course not the way I want to play with the...
He thought that the idea with g4 was critical, but so he thought he was okay, but because he had missed the rook f5 idea at some point.
No, to be honest, like I wasn't very sure about the evaluation. I just thought it's an interesting position, so I went for it.
Take.
And now I don't want to play rook d3 because I kind of didn't like this position after bishop e4.
Yes.
So my point, bishop e4, you take on f3, f4, and I don't know, maybe bishop f3 is possible, but even if you just probably come back, black should be fine because you've got c6 coming, c5 at some point. I didn't like that. So my idea was to go rook f3, and now you have to go queen e5 defending the d4 pawn, and now rook e1, and this is very interesting.
This is the move that he missed. Well, he saw rook e1, but he hadn't realized that you had this.
Yeah, this is nice.
Which is the only move because other moves are not good to.
Yeah, I'm not really winning the bishop in any other move because my rook is attacked, and if I go bishop d3, you just simply take my rook.
He takes f3.
Exactly.
That's the move. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So now he realized things were, at least what he told me, the things were becoming very complicated.
Yeah, it was interesting. And yeah, that was the aim, right?
Very double-edged.
So bishop e4 leads to rook f5, which I was, that's the idea. And now I think he has to go c5 here.
That's what he told me here.
Because he played really quickly and he missed an important point here that if he goes c6, I just go b4, and now it's very difficult for him to defend the d4 pawn. Because you're never going to get c5 on time. I'm just threatening to go rook d3 and just capture on d4. In fact, I think how he played was probably the best way to go here. You have to sort of look for counterplay in this position.
That's what he said. He said, as soon as I saw I was going to lose the d4 pawn, then I thought, well, maybe opening up a bit of counterplay with king, had to find something like that, because if not, it's just one down.
Yeah, it's just worse for him. And then I've also got, the thing is, you also have to be careful because once I go rook d3, I don't know, maybe I can't really show, I'm not sure if I can show my ideas with arrows here.
Yeah, if you want arrows, you use
okay,
alt,
got it.
Okay.
So rook d3, and then, I've also got things like queen d2 and f4. And that's going to be very unpleasant for black. So I think he reacted in the most critical manner, a5. I continue with my plan. And queen d6 here. I was considering some options. So the point is I can't go queen b3 because you've got b5. So I don't have time for that. And queen d2 was also not great because you just go rook a4. And the point is that if you take rook d4, now you just, you simply take on
b4, yeah.
You just simply take on b4. And yeah, because you take here, and d6 now is not working because of c5. And then I lose my bishop on c4.
A lot of calculations in this game.
Yeah, it was because it's that kind of position, it's so concrete, and it was very interesting. So I think I played correctly. Here, rook d4, you take on b4 and d6, and now I was sort of happy with my position. I was quite, I was feeling quite positive at this moment. I'm threatening bishop f7, that's clear. So just to highlight it for everyone, this is the big threat. And you can't go b5, you can't go c5 because of bishop f7. What he played is the best way, because if you retreat queen c5 without threatening, he played queen c3, so he's threatening the pawn on h3, then I just simply push my pawn on e5 and I go e6, and I'm very happy.
You're crushing here.
Yeah, I'm just crushing, because you never have these ideas because just simply bishop f7. So and also what's important is that you cannot go b5 because I have e6. This was also really nice because you just take here and I go e7.
Yeah, 2 pawns crushed through,
It's just too strong, the pawns. Maybe other things, but this is what I saw on the board, like good enough. So queen c3 here was interesting. And now I played rook e3.
e3.
h3 is hanging. So he went queen b2. The point is, like, here I have two options, right? I'm a little low on time. I could have just, I feel like the best way to continue here was rook e2 in retrospect, because I would not want my rook on b1 because then it's just pinned here.
Yeah.
So if I just go rook e2, and for example if you go queen a1, and now I just continue with my idea of e5.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah,
so what to do for him then? Queen c3, go back?
So queen c3, then just, at least I can just repeat. I'm not really sure if there's something better for me, but I had this option. And I don't know. I felt
I
like
wonder if
this.
you can give him the h3 pawn and go e5.
You know, I was considering that honestly, and I think it's a very interesting idea. But
It does seem risky, but
also the other thing that I was slightly worried about was c5 here.
because of the hanging bishop, yes.
So yeah, and after c5, no, sorry. Also, rook a1 is a
Oh
threat.
yeah, rook a1, yes.
So you can't. I can't really do that. I have to.
No, you
I have
you
to attack
keep
the queen.
attacking.
Yeah.
Or you
Or rook
take,
b3.
take the rook to b3.
I just got excited, honestly, but I don't think it's so accurate. I have short time. It's you know, that position is so easy to blunder in, and black is getting enough counterplay in that.
We're on move 27, and
Yeah, it's
did you
like
have about 10
minutes at this point. So it's 13 moves to make in a very important position. So I think practically rook e2 just made so much sense, because the point is, the moment you leave the a1 square, I go e5, and now again I'm happy with my position.
Yeah. No, he has to come back to c3. I mean,
Yeah, probably, because queen a1. Just
you push the pawn and
Yes.
there's no threat, so
exactly. Also, what's interesting is that, yeah, after queen c3, yeah, just rook e3 is the best. I'll have to check, but I was thinking about this, and I just got sort of excited with this idea.
maybe you have rook a2, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I was considering that, but
Seems a bit strange.
no, it's actually quite interesting, and it does make a lot of sense. I mean, you know, this rook is always annoying you on the a file. Just get rid of his strongest piece, actually. So from that point of view, it makes perfect sense.
But you have to sack the h3 pawns. You play e5. You don't
Yeah.
have so many pieces now, so it's a bit more risky. But
Yeah,
who
rook
knows?
a2, bishop a2. I mean,
Take on h3.
yeah. I
Push
see.
the e5.
Yeah, this is very difficult to evaluate
The
this
thing
position,
is, and with not much time, it's always a bit risky. But
yes. But the thing is that when he went queen b2, because I was during the game I was calculating queen a1 at this point. In my head I just thought queen b2, rook b3, I get b7, he can't really go for this line. But he found a nice idea here, really, and I think this is important in such positions, to sort of find these concrete ideas, very practical decisions by him, because also I'm short in time, so he's kind of posing real threats and forcing me to take time. So I went rook b3, queen a1, sorry, he went, yeah, he went queen a1.
Queen a1.
Maybe rook b1, but the point is that was never my
No,
intention.
but your idea was to go to b7
Yes,
or maybe before.
because maybe it's the right move here, but the point is that
We haven't checked it, by the way.
yeah,
so
and if I want to do this, I don't want to get my rook on this diagonal or just stopping my counterplay with e5. So that, you know, but probably yes, I have to take stock and understand that rook b7 is too dangerous, because immediately after rook b7, to be honest, I just miscalculated everything, which is why it's so important to play a little faster.
He gave one line. I'm not sure if it's still here. Could you click here? Click down here just for a minute on here.
Yeah,
So I'm not
this
sure
is
if
the
he gave.
position.
I'm not sure after rook takes b7. We can always check the live game if rook b1.
Not rook b1. I went rook
No,
b7.
you went sorry, wait, rook
and
b7.
now he went queen c3, right?
Queen c3. This one I'm not sure. We can check the.
Right.
We can check the live game.
Yeah, because queen c3 runs into rook b3, so it's
Just a moment here. We can check it.
Oh, he went c5. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
I've got this. So.
Okay, c5. Yes.
Yeah. Can I just shut this off?
No, don't close
no.
it. Just carry on here.
Okay. So he went c5, which is correct, because if you go, sorry, here. Yeah, if you go queen c3, I just come back. So c5 is the correct move, and this was obviously very important. Rook d2, queen c3.
Okay.
And now it's just, there are so many threats in this position. I mean, he's got these ideas with taking my bishop. He's threatening rook a1 at some point. The e4 pawn is hanging. The h3 pawn is hanging. Just the whole position feels very loose. And to not have enough time in this at this moment is asking for a lot of trouble. And I think I just collapsed here. I'm not sure, but probably bishop f1. But it just felt like I shouldn't be giving this pawn. You know, but what is interesting here is maybe a move like bishop a2 makes a lot of sense. You know, now that I'm looking at it, just simply because I'm stopping you from taking here because of f7 threats. I defend your threats against the a file.
But
so, yes.
I think, I'm not sure if it was bishop a2, but he did give a line taking on e4.
Okay.
Rook takes f7,
Right.
and now just king h8. He gave a line like this,
It's
but I'm not
interesting,
sure if it was against this move, but it was very convincing that his king would just be
Safe.
more or less safe.
And I am still struggling.
Exactly. But
yeah, because Queen H3 is a real threat.
It might even be this line. But I do remember he was sacrificing the pawn f7. But he wasn't completely sure either, but he was thinking of these lines.
It makes sense because it's a difficult position. I think it's more difficult for white to play here than it is for black, you know?
But,
because I'm not able to create threats against your king, and my king is quite weak already.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the big mistake was this whole rook b3, rook b7 idea. Here, yeah.
Because when you go rook b3, you're not thinking of repeating. The repetition was before with the rook e2, rook e3.
And that was probably the right way to play.
Well, it's always something to learn from the game, no?
Because after bishop f1, he just... I think it just the position... No, I didn't play bishop f1 here. I went for...
But if you think you have a good position after rook takes b7, well, you have to play ambitiously. It's happened to me. It happens to everyone.
Yeah. The thing is, I knew that it's dangerous, but I was just tempted to go for that line. But I don't think it was the right decision, because you have to have a feeling that just generally you're in more danger than black is because of your exposed king. And if you have that feeling and you don't have enough time, then you have to be a little more pragmatic in chess. That's very important.
That's probably right.
Because otherwise you're just going to blunder in a position like this if you're down to like 5 minutes to make 10 moves,
Okay.
So I think that was, that wasn't the best decision that I've taken. So here I went rook c2. He played queen h3, bishop f1. You know, now that I know the idea that happened, because it was actually a very nice finish that he played with rook d6 later, I think even this, I'm just looking at it and it looks really strong. Because if I just take queen d6, you just go rook a1.
Yeah, he gave this line as well.
Oh, he did. So he was probably thinking about
like
it.
This, yes.
Because I realized it. I realize it now. I didn't see this idea during the game. I thought I've kind of covered everything, but
now he gets it in. I think he mentioned he could do it straight away.
Yeah, and the point is that after queen d6, just rook a1, bishop f1. I'm not sure if black has anything better, but I think bishop b4 is game over.
Yes, this is the line he gave, because he has the attack on the rook, and there was a couple of checks, but
it's just one check. Yeah, it's too many threats. You sacrifice a rook, but you're threatening mate, so that's strong enough. And and rook d6, and it's game over already. I can't keep the position together because it just falls apart.
So one more round tomorrow morning.
Yes.
How are you enjoying your stay here in Sitges?
To be honest, I'm really liking it. I mean, it's today was a tough game. It's a very nice tournament. It's a very strong event. The weather's great. The organization is perfect. I think everybody's having a really good time. I would have obviously felt better had today gone better.
Obviously. But the place is quite nice, and
it's really beautiful. And also it's December, but you don't. I almost feel like I'm in India with the weather, because
we're having a bit of luck. There's not much wind, so that's always,
I love
always
it.
nice.
No,
but
it's
Spain,
so nice.
The Mediterranean is quite nice in this time of the year.
No, and just the whole atmosphere, the whole vibe of the tournament, the energy at the event, the way it's been organized. I would say it's one of the nicest open tournaments that I've played.
You're also a professional commentator.
Yes.
I've seen you doing things for the St. Louis. Actually, you were in London 2 weeks ago, no?
I was.
I did see one video with Maurice. I think I saw you with Maurice. Analyzing some games.
Yes.
So what was that like? Was it good?
It was really nice. I have quite a long association with the London Chess Classic. I've played there a couple of times. I also did the official commentary from St. Louis last year for them. This year I was only able to make it for the last few games, so they called me over to do some live commentary for the live audience, which was a lot of fun. It's also
packed 200 people.
They have this really nice hall where they've got people sitting and this live commentary going on, and then you've got the St. Louis set up as well on the side. So it was just it was great, and generally the classic is just a really nice event to attend. You know, you've got this, it's like a celebration of chess because there's so much going on. You've got
I went there 4 years ago and it was unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Chess all over the place. It's very nice.
It's really nice, and I think what Malcolm's done with his Chess in Schools program and just organizing the Grand Chess Tour event there, I love being there as well. So.
Well, we hope to see you more in Spain, because
I hope
very
to come
good
back,
tournaments
because
here.
this is
Gibraltar tournament also.
I've actually played a lot in Spain. I've played Banask, I've played Salt.
Oh, Banask is very nice as well.
It's so nice. I made my first Grandmaster norm in Salt, in fact. So I have some big memories.
That was a tournament a few years ago.
A long
they
time
stopped doing
back.
it.
A long time
Wow,
back.
you played in Salt actually.
I did.
Wow.
And so I've got some good memories here, and I'm honestly, I hope to be back. I mean, after seeing the way this tournament's organized, I don't see why I won't come back here.
You have to come back here.
It's great.
Tania, thanks a lot for coming by.
Thank you so much.
And if you do a nice game tomorrow, or you feel like coming around, we'll be here waiting for you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much,
Bye.
Tania. Tania Sachdev, maestra india, que nos ha venido aquí a explicar su partida contra Cambreel. Y esperamos que mañana tenga una buena partida y también puede venir a comentarla.
Bye, see you.
Bueno, vamos a continuar después de esta partida con Tania y miraremos si sigue la ronda viva, que ya no debe quedar muchas partidas a estas horas ya. Vamos a mirar aquí. Cerramos, bueno, fantástico, ¿no? Guapísima, habla muy bien, además nos han explicado muy buenas variantes, muy buenas líneas, y a ver si mañana hace una buena partida y se acerca a comentar, ¿no? La parte técnica pues ya habéis visto, muy rápida, muy concreta, muy ambiciosa en la partida. Sí que ha reconocido que seguramente cuando estaba mal de tiempo debía haber optado por repetir las jugadas y hacer tablas, pero hay que aprender sobre la marcha con estas cosas, ¿no? También así habéis podido practicar vuestro inglés, ¿no? Y luego le he preguntado un poco sobre su tarea como comentarista y las diferentes cosas que hace, y también si le gusta España y bueno, a ver si se anima a venir a jugar más torneos. Curiosamente me ha recordado, yo lo sabía, me había olvidado, que estuvo aquí años atrás jugando el torneo de Sort, que es un torneo que aquí en el Pirineo, de hecho Sort aquí en España, supongo que todos conocéis, donde se vende toda la lotería. Y la verdad es que claro, cuando lo he dicho me he acordado de que efectivamente muchos jugadores de la India vinieron a jugar ese torneo, ¿no? Así que, bueno, muy bien, ¿no? Y a ver si... Espero que se lo haya pasado bien aquí.